Throughout the years, I've owned plenty of camera bags, but not a lot of the features tend to surprise or amaze me. But Ulanzi recently came out with something really unique. This is the MS12, Ulanzi's newest messenger bag. This 5.6 litre messenger bag is made out of very interesting and unique elements. This bag has multiple different pockets, materials, and places to store your gears. So if you're looking for a good looking but unique sling bag, this one will be promising. Now let's start with its materials. Starting from the top is made out of this leather material. When we open it inside, its interiors is made out of velvet. Moving out to other parts of the bag is a mixture of nylon and EVA. But noticeably at the front, there's this pouch which made out of this transparent plastic. This is something very simple but unique. And I also like the leathery touches on different parts of the bag. You have it at the bottom at the strap, and of course at the back, which has this handle. Now, you might be wondering also, with all these materials, is it really waterproof? Now what happened was that I actually came to this spot to film about 2 days ago, but it rained heavily. I had to seek shelter, and as you can see, the bag is actually filled with water droplets. Overall, I'll still say the bag did fine. It did not retain a lot of water after I wiped it down. Front features. Let's talk about them. Now the bag itself, how do you access it? It's actually through one single clip. Do not mistake, this clip actually only belongs to the transparent pocket. So once you open this up, you have this huge pocket and this transparent pocket. Now I really love this transparent pocket. It's actually big enough even for small compact cameras. So here I have is my Sony ZV-1. And once you open it up, you can see it fits so snugly in. Perfect size for smaller compact cameras. If you have a Canon G7X, you'll fit in perfectly here too. Or even the DJI Pocket 3, without the handle of course. This big wide pocket over here is actually for filters. So when you take up close, you can see that there are 2 layers, the larger pocket over here, and this inner insert, inner mesh pocket. So here is more or less a standard size filter. And you can see this pocket gives you very quick access to be it batteries or filters that you want to have without opening the main compartment. So let's have this closed. At the top, there's this little ring. Can you guys guess what this ring is for? Obviously it's for keychains, but Ulanzi recently came out with this MA30 carabiner phone tripod. Look, it's perfect for it. Even when I close it, it still looks so discreet. Now you might be wondering, James, did Ulanzi give you this bag? Actually, no. I bought this bag with my own money because I was so intrigued with it. And surprisingly, it actually worked so well with what they actually gave me for review. They provided me this ME30 for review, but I was not proud to do this review in any way. At the bottom, you will see these little rings over here. It's actually to be able to strap onto tripods. Mini tripods, I would say. So all you have to do is to take this part over here, hook it in, and tighten it. Alright, so here I have is a mini tripod. So all we have to do is to unhook a side. We have it one, and here we have another. Here we go. Ta-da! It's definitely good enough for smaller tripods. If you have a full tripod, unless it's carbon fiber or something smaller, I won't recommend it. But it definitely fits in perfectly well. Side features. If you can look at the sides, there are actually 2 pockets. Now these pockets are actually big enough to put in smaller items. So here I have is my phone holder, and of course a lens spray. Lens spray. So both of these, let's put it at this side. And how it actually closes is actually through this magnetic button. So you can hear that the magnet is relatively strong. It won't come off anytime. It won't come off easily. And also like it also has these brown accents. At the other side, let's put in this square light over here. Now most brands will have a light of this size. So I think this is rather relatable. So on this side, let's put it in. Of course, you can see it actually has even space to put in more items. And it's definitely stretchable. Now, of course, we need to talk about its strap. The strap itself comes in like this. Nothing fancy, but it's actually really good and convenient to have, especially if your things is really heavy. At the back, we obviously have the back handle. Now, I do wish that this back handle could be a little bit bigger for luggage pass-through, but it still works fine. And of course, the leather do help to give you more friction to be able to hold this thing. At the back, you also notice that there is this little pocket. So this, I would say, is for smaller items. If you have important items such as your passport or documentation, if you're overseas, this is the perfect place to put it. So I'll just use this for example. This is just the lens cleaning kit, mini lens cleaning kit. So we open this thing up and just put it here. Ta-da! Let's now talk about its main compartment. Okay, once you open up, you'll be able to see that this main compartment is closed by these two zips over here. So let's open up. Now, I really got to say it's really useful having two zips. That means you can always put a mini lock over here if you're overseas to be able to secure this whole top compartment, which ideally is your main gears. So once you open up, obviously starting off, there's nothing inside. You have these little inserts over here. Now, these little inserts, you can actually fold it to make to a different shape, but I got to say it's slightly smaller than the usual one that comes with the bag. So taking a closer look, you have actually 5 compartments. You have 4 tablets, one over here, and you have 3 compartments. So here I have is my A6400 APS-C camera, and let's put it over here. And you have spaces to either put another camera body or just a lens. So here I have my full frame kit lens, and we'll just put it over here. So this is how it looks. Now, as you guys know, we are outdoors, so I'm not doing a full loading and unloading of the things over here. I'll put a video clip somewhere in between in the later part of the video to show you what I managed to squeeze inside this whole thing. Now, going deeper, at the top, you'll be able to see these wire meshes. There are actually 2 sides. Okay, you have the left and the right. So these are ideal for batteries. So here I have is my Sony ZV-1 and my A6400 batteries. We're gonna squeeze in over here. 1, 2, and 3. On the left, we're gonna put in the other 2. So here, 1 and 2. So once we zip it up, it's all perfectly stored at the top. Now, let's talk about its specifications. For its length, it measures about 34.5 cm or 13.5 inches. As for its height, it measures about 24 cm or 9.44 inches. As for its depth or thickness, it measures about 14 cm or 5.51 inches. Now, in case you're curious about the inner compartments, what kind of size of tablets can it hold? The inner compartments can hold tablets to about 25 cm or height about 17 cm. Now, how about its weight? The bag by itself comes in at 929 grams or 2.04 pounds. Now, how about its recommended load capacity? The recommended load capacity will be about 5 kilograms or about 11 pounds. To be honest, I won't recommend it to load all the way to about 5 kilograms, but it can definitely hold that. Here's a quick 1-minute video of the gears I managed to squeeze inside the bag. So these are all the things you can include inside the MS90. Now, by now you should already know that no bag is perfect. So let's talk about its pros and cons. Starting with its cons, number one would it be its strap adjustment. Now at the top here, you can see that the adjustment has already reached its maximum thinness, shortest length. So you can see over here, I've already made it as short as possible. So how it'll look on me is that once I wear it, it still feels a little bit loose. Now of course, if I have gears packed up, it should not be an issue, but I just wish that it could go a little bit higher. Somewhere about here would be ideal. Number two is the back handle. As you guys saw, the back handle is rather small. Now I do wish that it's a little bit bigger so that I can actually push through luggage carry, but it actually looks really thin. If you can see, it looks really thin. So even though it's not as wide, I do worry that sometimes if I put too much weight, this handle might actually give way. Number three is closely linked with our previous point, which is its weight. Now the bag itself actually weighs a little bit heavy, coming in at about 929 grams. Now my previous bag, which I mentioned about the K&F, it measures as only about 600 grams, making this 50% heavier. Now this will be a huge issue if you're actually carrying a lot of gears. Can you imagine most of the gears will actually stack up, and this will actually have a huge load on your shoulders, which I feel is a downside. In my opinion, bags itself has to be inherently light so that you can put more stuff in and be able to manage the load. Having the skeletal design by itself, weighing it at nearly 1 kilograms, might be a huge deterring factor, especially for all those smaller content creators, such as myself. Number four, it is tape padded inserts. Now the padded inserts itself, as mentioned, look, it is really thin. Other brands have it a bit larger, be it fluffier and more space consuming, but I feel that this is really too small. Look at my hands. It's just slightly smaller than my hands. And sometimes I think how thin of this can protect your gears. I would say not much. Number five, which is our last point, is the price. Now this bag comes in at about 95 USD. I managed to get it cheaper due to the Black Friday sales at about 80 something USD. But for about 90 USD, I think it's a little bit expensive from what they usually offer. Most of their products which I actually go for them, are actually cheaper than its competitors. This coming at nearly 100 USD, I'm not gonna lie, took me aback. The previous bag which I mentioned, which was the K&F 10 liters, comes here at only about 50 or 60 USD, making this effectively about 50% more expensive. But to be fair, compared with big brands such as Think Tank or GoPro, it's still rather affordable. I just wish that it could go down to maybe about 70 or 65 USD. I think that pricing would be perfect. With that said, there's also another option of getting it in white, which is currently not available, but should be out quite soon, according to their website. Alright, its pros. Number one is there's mini pockets and compartments. Let's do a quick count. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and at the back, 8. Not many bags offer this number of compartments and pockets, which I feel is very useful, especially if you have different odd-shaped items and accessories. Number two, which is linked closely with number one, is that the pockets are all really secure. At the sides, all of the pockets are actually closed by magnet. You either have magnet, or for the main compartment, double zippers. And even at the back, which is the safest compartment I would say, there are actually 2 magnets over here. So when you store items on this bag, it's very unlikely that it will fall. Just make sure that you actually tighten all its straps to prevent any small holes. Number 3 is its unique look and feel. I mean, how often do you get bags that actually have these 3 different combinations of colors? White, brown, leather, velvet. This bag is definitely very unique. Now, of course, there are some things which I personally would prefer, is that the straps over here is actually totally black. I actually do not quite like this white compared with this whole combination over here. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Do you prefer it to be black, or this is fine? As mentioned, they also have a white version, so everything is just alternate. Meaning the black over here is actually white, and then one of the pockets is actually black. Let's conclude. What do I think about this bag? And who do I think this bag is for? If you're an outdoor or event photographer, this bag is ideal. The MS12 is not only just big, but has many pockets for your dedicated items, be it batteries, filters or lights, there isn't a lack of pockets or varieties of ways to store them. The main compartment can also comfortably hold 2 cameras and a lens, or any of that mixture. Of course, this bag will also suit the regular content creators. You have the very adjustable straps at the bottom of the bag for easy storage and access to your tripods. The transparent pouch at the front is also perfect for your compact cameras such as the Sony RX100 series or the Canon G7X series. I'll also safely say it can definitely store your DJI Pocket 3 right in there too. Overall, I think that this bag is actually all-rounded. It not only has a nice and unique look, but will definitely be able to store all gears of different shapes and sizes, something not all slingbags can do. Even though the price is high, I think it's still quite reasonable for what it provides. What do you guys think, and which is your favorite feature? I'm curious, let me know down in the comments below. If not, see you guys in the next video.